Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, Mek Wi Talk. Mek Wi Talk.
Good night, everyone. Welcome back to the Mek Wi Talk program, where we cut straight through the noise and get to the truth. Today we zoom in on a story that touched every Jamaican pocket and every taxpayer's. The $1.4 billion school bus scandal that is rocking Jamaica. And this evening, we're going to speak some more about it. This evening, we're going to have our special guest will be Marvin, our good friend Marvin, who came on a couple of days ago. He will be coming on this evening to speak to us some more. Good evening to everyone who is in the chat room. Good evening to all those who are watching us from around the world in the Eastern Caribbean. Good evening to you. Welcome to the Mek Wi Talk program. Welcome. You know, as we sit here this evening and we're trying to figure out, good evening to you all. I hope you all are hearing me clearly. As we sit here this evening and trying to figure out what is going on. I don't know if you all know that the opposition leader, Mark Golding, has written to 3 of Jamaica's anti-corruption bodies to launch a probe into the $1.4 billion school bus scandal. Just a moment here for me, please. Just a moment here. Yes, welcome back. Many of you may not know that the opposition leader has written to 3 of Jamaica's anti-corruption body, asking them to launch an investigation into the $1.4 billion school bus scandal that is rocking the nation. This evening, we're going to dig deep in it. This evening, we're going to talk some more about what is going on. And many of you will be listening to a video, an interview that was done on one of Jamaica's famous radio station with the minister. And the minister said that his ministry and him, anyone can ask him any questions. There is nothing to be hidden. Now, make we see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. I want you to listen to this video here. Our special guest is coming on soon, momentarily. When I get special guest to come on. But let's go back to the program here. Welcome back to the Mek Wi Talk program. The program where we chat, we get straight to the truth. And we stop the noise and get to where we need to get to the truth. Today, we're going to zoom into the story that continues to rock this nation. Jamaica and every single Jamaicans are feeling it. The $1.4 billion school bus scandal is rocking this nation. Opposition leader Mark Golding, who has written to 3 of Jamaica's top anti-corruption bodies demanding a full investigation. This one named Papa Cock. Make me clear out the transport and let you all understand that Mr. Darrell Vaz is saying that he is transparent. Anyone can come in and ask him any question. So therefore, the situation, the government report is spending $1.4 billion on school buses under, Did anyone heard about the procurement of any school buses that Mr. Vaz give anybody to figure out how can they get the school buses? Yes, he did. But the way they go about doing it, it begs to ask some questions. Let you listen to something here. What happened on a famous radio station with Daryl Vaz. Listen to this.
Well, I have news from Mr. Golden this morning that my ministry and myself operate fully, openly, and transparently. And those agencies, specifically the IC and the Auditor General, have already written to the ministry and are already receiving all the documentation that they have asked for, which is their right. Yes? So I have nothing to hide, neither does the ministry. What I do know is that the bosses continue to prey on their mind and their soul and their heart because they are so upset of the results of the election, as I said before, played a huge role.
Hold on, let me stop this. Let me stop this. You know, Daryl Vaz continue taking us for a bunch of stupid people, you know. He's saying that all of Jamaica, especially the People's National Party, is upset because they lose the election. We on this program asked Daryl Vaz to give us the receipts, the invoices of the buses. He hasn't done that. We're waiting on our good friend Sir Marvin to come on. Hold on for me. I think there's a call coming in. Just a moment here. I didn't want to take any call now, you know. But hold on for me. Hello, Miss Winnie. Good night.
Long time, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Well, not so good, you know. Really not so good, but I'm getting there. Now, Mr. Walls is so wrong. Mr. Walls, you still got in 40 bus to bring him back to Jamaica.
Not 40,
You
man.
never-
50.
50 bus to bring back in. And you expect us not to say nothing, and you want to bring in new buses now? What do you think we are? Fool? Mr. Walls, you're wrong. Show us the receipt of the buses you buy, and that's what we want to see. And when will we get the other 50 bus? You think, listen, your party is wrong. Your party is upset because we take away 14 seats.
No.
And you have
Miss Winnie, don't go on that road. Don't go on that road, Mr. Vaz. Please. Mr. Vaz.
All right, thank you.
Don't go on that road, Mr. Vaz.
Listen,
What we're talking about, Miss Winnie, what we're talking about, we're not playing in the politics with Mr. Vaz. This program here, hold on for me, ma'am. Hold on for me. This program here, the Mek Wi Talk program, is a program for the Jamaican people. It's not for the People's National Party, the Jamaica Labour Party. So when Daryl Vaz is going to talk about people upset because they didn't win an election and bloggers this and bloggers that, let me make something clear to Daryl Vaz. This program have been asking questions about the $1.4 billion school bus scandal is rocking this country. Daryl Vaz didn't answer none of our questions. Okay?
yes. Okay, now
Daryl
what I
Vaz-
said,
what Daryl Vaz did, what he did was to go on the platform and say all of us is bad man and Mark Goldie must give his Mark Goldie must give his birth certificate. All right? We don't want no birth certificate. We know some Mark Goldie born here. Anyway, go ahead, Miss Winnie. You have a minute go because I have my guest on now.
yes, all right. Sorry about that, and to your guest, but Chewy did bring up the result about the winning. That's why. Mr. Walls, please bring the receipt to us. Tell us which company in America, or if it's one or three, company you buy the buses from. Let us see the prices of the buses. That's all. Thank you, sir. And to your guests, good night.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Winnie. Marvin, we need to see your face. What's going on? We're not seeing you.
I'm driving, Jeffrey. I'm on the road.
Oh, Lord. There you are. Yeah, man. You can still have in here. You have to be careful, Marvin. I don't want you to make an accident and the police stop you,
No, man, we're good. A regular something.
Yes.
A regular something. Good night to your distinguished guests. It's a pleasure to be here. Again, Jeffrey. I don't think we can run out of programs. There's so much things in Jamaica for us to talk about. So much skullduggery, so much criminal behavior from the persons who we pay millions. As a matter of fact, and not even we pay them, and them take it. Because we would not have paid them that amount. Yeah, man, but thank
you. You're breaking up, my friend. You hearing us?
All right, I'm going to just pull over. Yeah, man, I'm going to pull over so I can maintain a stable.
Are you far away from home?
Yeah, man, I'm at least 45 minutes from home, but I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm right on the highway. I can talk. Okay. I pulled over.
We pull over the safe spot. Nobody hit inside. Are you hitting you though?
Nobody can lick it on me good, Jeffrey.
All right.
Yeah, man, I'm good. Thank you.
You're aware of a breaking news where the opposition leader has written to 3 of Jamaica's anti-corruption bodies seeking their help to launch an investigation into the $1.4 billion school bus scandal of Tavares. I want to play a video here that Tavares said on Jamaica's famous radio station Nationwide. Listen to this.
Well, I have news from Mr. Golden this morning that my ministry and myself operate fully, openly, and transparently. And those agencies, specifically the IC and the Auditor General, have already written to the ministry and are already receiving all the documentation that they have asked for, which is their right. Yes? So I have nothing to hide, neither does the ministry. What I do know is that the bosses continue to prey on their mind and their soul and their heart because they are so upset of the results of the election. As I said before, played a huge role by the introduction of the buses.
Just let me get you clear. Program. So you're saying that the Auditor General has asked for documents to conduct an audit of the procurement of the buses, correct?
George.
Yes.
Did you read the Sunday people? Did you read the Sunday Gleaner headline?
Yeah, man. But I'm asking you. You just said some things. I want to just get it clear.
But I don't need to tell you that because whoever it is that wrote already said partially the results of that
yeah, but your portfolio minister. You remember, you were the one who said it, So I just want to distill it so my listeners can be clear.
I'm saying it again, of course.
Your take on that?
Oh, God. Oh, by the way, that person collects $14 million every year for that kind of Anansiism. Just running around in circles. It's a simple, straightforward question. It is very straightforward. It didn't call for that. And he's being rude. Why are you being so defensive about a simple question? Why is it that it is now months later, Jeffrey, you purchased an item and you have told the country that it cost $1.4 billion. Why is it that almost 1 year later, we're still asking you for the receipt for the transaction? Why is it that the purchased items, we have only received a half of the purchased items, right? It is obvious. We don't need no investigation to be launched. We need the receipt now. That should have been an easy 1-2 off your table and into our hands. Why is it the media don't have the receipts? It's a receipt because you lied. You stole the country's money and your skullduggery has been discovered. And we're not going to stop until this darn man goes to prison. This is the same man who is asking for $2 billion more dollars. $2 billion more to go and buy buses again when the first transaction is still yet to be completed.
You know something, Marvin? I'm wondering what he want the $2 billion to do. Because
to buy bus.
It is rumored, because I don't have the proof, I think Andre has the proof, that he has bought a house for 400 and something thousand US here in South Florida.
I heard about that purchase, but I don't think that purchase came last year. And whether it came last year, whether that or it happened during the COVID period, I think it was. Because I heard
continue talking. Let's continue talking.
A minister of with that kind of salary, because if it was in 2020, it cannot be the current salary. The current salary is more than what it was 5 or 6 years ago, right? The current salary is more. So if you were operating on a far less salary, how on the God's green earth did you come by over 400,000 US dollars to purchase a home? Over 400,000 US dollars to purchase a home. We have to get to the bottom of these politicians who are constantly, raping the country, robbing the country, holding up our economy at hostage, preventing the lives of citizens in Jamaica from growing, from advancing. Nothing in the country can advance. Our health sector has deteriorated because it is still questionable as to where is 670 billion. 670 billion Jamaican dollars cannot be found, cannot be accounted for by the health sector. These are the reasons, because politicians are still in there. Jeffrey, the last time I was on your program, we spoke about the fact that nothing should surprise us here about the theft, about the Anansiism being played in the parliament, because we have a prime minister who speaks about integrity, but when it came for him to stand up to integrity, he put a gag order on matters that the country should know. Gag order that the country cannot know who the 12 illicit enrichment politicians are. No, as citizens of our noble country, we should have never allowed for it to reach this far, where the Auditor General's report has been saying more than $3 trillion is unaccounted for. It's unaccounted for over a span of 10 years. Now, you have to ask yourself the question, if this is happening and we have proof that the health sector is complicit, can't account for 670 billion with a B, how is it that Dr. Christopher Tufton was made eligible to be re-elected? How is it that go ahead.
Hold on for me, Marvin. You know, the Jamaican people don't understand the fundamental issues that is facing this country, you know, Marvin. I think the Jamaican people have it in their head that their party is in power and there's nothing wrong in what is going on. Everything is copacetic. Now you have this man, 50 buses cannot be accountable for, $637 million of taxpayers' money. He can't give an answer for it. And he's telling nationwide that he is very transparent. When we ask him to give us the invoice, he can't. When we show the invoices, when the Mek Wi Talk program, along with Reese Vatican program, show the invoices and show that the invoices, some of the chassis numbers are flatbed trucks. There wasn't school buses. He went on a platform during the election and said, go on a bad mind. Go ask Mark Wolfing birth certificate. And until now, this man here cannot tell the Jamaican people what he has done with taxpayers' money. It is asking the people of this country to give him $2 billion more to do what? The Jamaican people must stand up and say, enough. Go ahead, sir.
Well, let me tell you this on your program. Darrell Vaz has to be arrested, and Andrew Holness better start looking a replacement for Darrell Vaz, because the next budget, before the next budget is read in April, I can guarantee Darrell Vaz and the Andrew Holness-led administration and all the 1 PM supporters that they will see the majority of Jamaicans who are fed up, who are tired of being robbed, being lied to, the Anansiism that is being played with people, because this has to be a joke. I mean, at this point, it is beyond a joke, and we cannot find this thing funny. This is a matter of national security. These monies could have gone to do so much more for this country. Our nurses are overworked, underpaid. Police, overworked, underpaid. Public sector workers, overworked, underpaid. And these politicians are
underpaid. Go ahead. I'm listening to you. Underpaid. Yes.
Yes. And these when you think about it, it's a crying shame to have minimum wage sitting at 16,000 Jamaican dollars. And for your viewers and our listeners who might not understand the conversion, yeah, to put it in dollars, that's literally just $97.
US,
97 US dollars.
Yes.
Huh? 97 US dollars. I know this lady who works at a hotel, yeah? And this lady is cleaning multiple rooms. Between $2 to $4 US dollars. She's getting minimum wage every goddamn. She have to clean multiple rooms, clean, wash the towels, fold the towels, do stuff. But I tell you, it's a lot of work for 16,000. She said to me that she feels like her skin is about to fall off her bones. We have an administration who is not standing up, allowing their people to be held accountable, including the Prime Minister, because his very office is complicit. For the first in the history of the nation, the office of the Prime Minister is complicit for illicit enrichment. That has never happened in the history of Jamaica.
But Marvin, in which modern democracy, Marvin, so much corruption is going on? Huh? The Prime Minister cannot be certified. Huh? Darrell Vaz have a $1.4 billion school bus scandal over his head. Christopher Tufton have the same thing going on with him. With $26 billion and all now, the college hospital cannot finish. Huh? And these people get back into parliament. You have Marissa Dalrymple talking about justice of the peace. Integrity. She's a common criminal. Marissa Dalrymple is a common criminal. She was charged.
Yeah, man.
We have a criminal in the parliament of Jamaica.
But I mean, this is what I respect about you, Jeffrey. You are someone who is familiar with the happenings here, and I give you respect for not taking any sides. And any Jamaican who is unbiased, I respect that Jamaican, and I respect you for the job that you're doing. Darrell Limper Filbert is a criminal, but guess what? Just before the elections of 2025, Andrew Michael Holness went to Trelawney and came back and told the Jamaican people that by popular demand, Darryl Limper Filbert will be the candidate for Trelawney. When I heard the Prime Minister say by popular demand, you're telling us, the Jamaican people, that you don't care that this woman who omitted things from her statutory declaration costing millions of dollars, this woman who was throwing her garbage on the roadside got written up by a police officer, and the DPP at the time, which is Paula Llewellyn, said no charge must come to this woman.
But if
this is what we're dealing with in Jamaica.
But if it was a dirty foot choices boy,
yes,
our girl from down at Tivale, or below Crossroad. Prison, hello, they're gonna prison flying. But these are the people we have making laws in this country. Marissa Dalrymple should be making no laws in Jamaica. She's a common criminal.
Yep.
The former Speaker House Representative in Jamaica is a common criminal.
Yep.
We have criminals running this country.
Yep.
And it's full time the Jamaican people that wear politics and speak the truth. We have people.
I spoke about.
We have people who are making laws in this country who was charged. She's a common criminal.
Yeah, man. So, for the record, as I said before, and with your help, and to all the Jamaicans who are listening, just before the budget is read, we must expect a protest that is going to be unprecedented in this country. Because that protest, we need for the illicit 12, the 12 politicians the Integrity Commission have already found them guilty for illicit enrichment. We need to know who they are. You're not going to go through another budget. You're not going to write no more check to give to 12 thieves. We need to know who they are. This is the time. This is the point in Jamaica's history where the tables are going to be turned. And we must understand that parliament must be dissolved. The Governor General is worthless. Absolutely worthless. Because he is there as the real head of the country. He's seeing what's happening, never address it, which means that you are a co-conspirator of the criminal activities in this darn country. I am sick and tired of watching Jamaicans, including myself, driving on the public road, bursting tires every god day from the worst potholes. People are having accidents trying to swerve from these holes because what? Politicians have stolen the country's money.
One thing I can tell you, you know, and I will make no apology. Our nation is becoming a banana republic. And I keep on referring back to Sri Lanka. When the people of Sri Lanka realize what is going on with the Guptas, the people of Sri Lanka say enough is enough. In which modern democracy can you have so much scandal? No investigation is launched. No commission of inquiry is launched. You don't hear nothing from civil society in this $1.4 billion school bus scandal. And yet Darrell Vaz is asking for taxpayers to give him $2 billion more. To do what?
Yep.
He used $1.4 billion to buy some old dilapidated school bus from the United States. Huh? And now he wants $2 billion more according to him to buy some new ones. So why is it the 1.4 to buy some new ones?
Let me tell you where this is where my thought process is now. If there's anybody in the United States government who is listening, I would love for the United States. I would love for the United States government to launch an investigation into this because it involves a transaction between Jamaica's government and the United States. Now, we know he didn't buy it from the U.S. government, but the U.S. government, we respect the U.S. government for actually watching over everything in there so that the country don't get no more bad name. We want the U.S. government to step in at this point because since as the 1 p.m. supporters, believe that Darrell Vaz is telling truth. I don't know what is wrong with these people because this man has no truth. The truth would be 120 buses counted in Jamaica and a receipt showing 1.4 billion. We bought it from company X and company Y, and company X or Y signed off on it. That is not a reality, and anything outside of that reality is nothing short of criminal, embezzlement, robbery, theft. You must be arrested. And that me don't wanna slap on the wrist where you move him aside because the scandal is so. Christopher Tufton, Darrell Vaz, all of them, the Agriculture Minister Floyd Green, all of them who your ministry cannot account. Why in 2026, with the advanced technology that we have, you're telling that proper accounting mechanisms are not in place for the country's money? And we should just come and trust you. We should believe you that you did everything. No, man. Prison.
The U.S. government cannot show. Someone in the chat room, Mr. Marvin must ask the U.S. government to show the bus receipt. It can't. The U.S. government can't show any receipt. We know who Darrell Vaz buy the buses from. You know. We know when get the buses, how we get the buses. We have all those receipts. We have all those invoices. You see?
I didn't add up.
It boils down. It don't add up. It boils down to one thing, though, you know. It boils down to one thing, though, you know. The Jamaican people love their party too much. And from 1962, these two diatribes, these two gangs in the parliament have been milking the people of this country until this blessed day. There has not been an investigation launched into anything. The launch an investigation in the inquiry of how much people they killed in Tivoli Garden. Not one single soul went to prison for that. How much Jamaicans were dumped into mass grave in Kingston Cemetery. Jamaicans were assassinated by the state and not one single soul got to prison for it. They assassinated Keith Clark, a Jamaican citizen, and no one went to prison for it. Darrell Vaz must face the justice system. It cannot be that this man used $1.4 billion of taxpayers' money. 50 buses cannot be accountable for. $637 million of taxpayers' money cannot be accountable for. And you need $2 billion more?
But the thing about Darrell, the thing about Darrell Vaz, Jeffrey, it's not just the buses that is questionable. It's like every God thing that this man touches is questionable. Everything that he touches there's a question mark, a serious question mark around it. And we cannot continue like this because the people are out there working their skins off their bones to ensure that the little taxes that are drawn from their salaries go to fixing the country and providing these school buses. A lot of us were not in agreement with it because we knew that this was a man trying to do something. We knew, but people called us PNP and propagandists and all kind of stuff. Now look what we're saying. The man not on a receipt. You're muted, Jeffrey.
Sorry, you know something? We all knew what was going to happen, you know. When he asked for that $1.4 billion to buy school buses, we got whiff. We got whiff of something, you know. That they went to the Chinese. we have Link in the Labour Party, you know, who will call us and give us some so let's stay there. We got with that they went to the Chinese, they sent some people, some big neck people, some of them neck bigger than for me. Bigger, even the late Roger Clark neck. And they went to the Chinese. They went to the Chinese with some money to get the buses And because they want some boom belimbo, the Chinese they say, no, not over here. They went to the United States as some junkyard and get some buses. That is why Wilfred Rattigan went and get bus. Let me show you something here, people. Hold on there.
Fall out! Whoa! Yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament.
One of the buses that Wilfred Rattigan bought was for $1. I'm not even believe us, you know. Is it fact, truth? Yeah, some people who is on some taxi transport WhatsApp group who don't believe certain things because all I can see is the color green or the color orange. Well, me not see no green orange, you know. What me see is Jamaica, the land of wood and water.
Yes.
The country that I dearly love. What he bought the bus for $1. When we investigate more, you have some bus for 5,000, 2,000, 3,000. This man come and tell the Jamaican people that the buses were inspected by the American transportation, whatever. Not Nagosa. Daryl Vaz is a pathologically mendacious individual. The word I want to use, I can't use on the platform here. He's a damn liar.
He's a liar, man. He's a liar plus tax. Yep. Liar plus tax. Jeffrey, yesterday I posted a video on my channel when a young lady, a married young lady with a child, reached out to me asking for $1,000 just to eat something for her child. Just $1,000, for those of you who don't know the equivalent, is like $6 US. $6.20. That's what she was asking for to survive one day. I woke up this morning to another text message from a young lady with 3 children, just literally begging for something to eat for she and her 3 kids. And this is not 2 instances, this is an everyday occurrence. And Jeffrey, when these things are on my device, when they come to me, and I sit back and watch people like P.J. Patterson, our former prime minister, who literally created a law, instituted a law that make it that him and every politician, good or bad, who has robbed this country, walks away with the same equal pay as every sitting politician. I want to cry. Don't tell me about the good. Don't tell me the good things that PJ did when a prime minister who has left office over 20 odd years is literally collecting 28.5 million Jamaican dollars just sitting like that, and our teachers wanted 20% increase to teach the students. They could not get that. They couldn't get it.
But Marvin, I don't blame Papa PJ. You know I don't blame PJ. The Jamaican people should be blamed. When Mr. Patterson said that he's gonna do XQYZ to raise pension for the politicians, them, what did the Jamaican people do about it? Sit down like when they sit down with the advice and then they sit down same way.
Yes.
So the fact of the matter is, my good friend, until we in this country put away politics and party and think about this piece of rock, what sort of Jamaica are we going to leave for our children? Are we going to leave a better Jamaica or a worse off Jamaica? Huh? Are we going to leave a Jamaica where our children can live, work, and raise family? Or are we going to leave a corrupt, infected country with politicians milking this country? This young lady right now lying in a hospital bed asking for $55,000 US. to go to a burn center in the United States. And this man have $637 million for the people of this country. Huh? And we see, hello, all of them is friends, you know. Every one of these politicians are friends. What do they like, yes or no?
Yes, they are. And I'm happy that you kind of touched on that matter, Jeffrey. I was saying it last night on my channel also that Jamaica does not have a burn unit. And you as the government of this country have witnessed several Jamaicans who have met in car accidents, cars that caught fire, and the passengers who came out were severely burned, 3rd-degree burns. And these people are alive and they eventually died after because there's no burn unit. This young lady right now that needs the 50,000, if she does not get the help, she's going to die. She is going to die because infection is going to take over her body.
Let me say something to you. In 1986, my memory serves me correctly, the late Dr. Kenneth Baugh, who for him never call up on nothing, the former Minister of Health of the Jamaica Labour Party, opened a burn unit at the University of West Indies Hospital. Yeah? What happened to the burn unit? Ask the Labour Party.
Wow.
It went belly up, then pop it down.
Wow.
We did some research last night. In 1986, a burn unit was opened by the late Dr. Kenneth Baugh, former Minister of Health under the Jamaica Labour Party government of Edward Seaga. And it went belly up. And the Jamaican people must die in this country when they get a burn. They must dead like a dog. And these politicians, hold on, coming to you, these politicians, when they get burned, you know, if they get burned, a Narbrook helicopter, put them over and Norman Manley. And private jet come for them. A private medical Lero jet come for them and then gone. While we dead like a dog in this country.
Yes.
And Darrell Var sit on $637 million of taxpayers' money and I want to get up.
I don't want us to think that this problem only rests with the Jamaica Labour Party. This is a problem that pretty much has been exasperated by them. It was there lingering long time. They have perpetuated the nastiness. We have now seen what has been happening in that parliament now on steroids. Like, and I mean, the more they insult us, the more they abuse us, the more they rob us. It's the more the Jamaican people want to go to the polling station and vote for these people. It is not just the Jamaica Labour Party that has robbed this country. Because the People's National Party should have ensured in their time that a burn unit was here. And we have to call a spade a spade. The two political parties, the two of them from 1931 until now, me know you carried to 1962. Me I carried way back from 1931. JLP, PNP, JLP, PNP. We're tired. I'm sorry, but we've seen enough. It's time for the Jamaican people to move away. Yes?
Are you are tired? Is the Jamaican people tired?
I think that a number of them are. They're just waiting for the right third option. And as again, I used statistics to determine this answer. We have seen that over the years, the last 4 or 5 elections that we've had, the voters' turnout has been dropping considerably. And what we should have had a law where anything under 50% should be made null and void. We go back. Anything under 50% in terms of voters turnout. You can't have a government who is in there where a 19% of the country voted for you, or 20% of the country voted for you, and you're serving. Nah, man, we can't. It has to stop. So there are a lot of things that the current constitution it has to go. And separation of powers is a thing that we need to have in the next government. on the new people, separation of powers. The Prime Minister in his office, this man have more than 40 odd offices in the office of the Prime Minister.
But
More than 40 odd.
But Marvin, we must call a spade, Marvin. It's not Andrew alone has done this. Previous Prime Ministers have done it before.
That's what I'm saying, that all of them have done it, but him in particular he told us that he was going to change these things. And tell me that's why people voted for Andrew in 2016. If I was in Jamaica, I would have voted for Andrew Holness in 2016. The young man, every interview, he slayed every last one. He told us what we wanted to hear. The man come in and the man become the devil. The man become the devil. And it is the truth. So this I have said it. I was the one who said it to Jeffrey, that it's not just him. It's the two political parties. Why is it Mark Golding took so long as the opposition leader to now put it out there and asking for investigation into this thing? The damn buses were purchased from last year, however long, and you did not get a receipt or anything. That investigation should have launched from September.
No, what he did, with all fairness to Mr. Golding, do you know? I think Mr. Golding sit back and look and figure out and get paperwork to say XQYZ. So he called on Jamaica's three of Jamaica's anti-corruption body to launch an investigation. Now, if they launch an investigation, Marvin, is another thing. What they're gonna get come up is another thing. Are they gonna say that based on the investigation, they're going to call in MOCA, and based on MOCA investigation, and they hand it over to the DPP, is the DPP going to say that the individual, that the entire Ministry of Transportation must be charged? Those are the things, because listen to me, it's not only Daryl Vaz alone is involved in this thing, you know. The permanent secretary, the permanent secretary, and some of them who is in charge of Transport Authority, some of them who's at JUTC is involved in this $1.4 billion school bus scandal, you know. You have names where you can't call, but you don't want to call no name, you know. Jeffrey, I don't want people to think that this is just for likes and views. Jamaica has a national security problem where the justice system, meaning judges, lawyers, police, government officials, all these bodies of people are wrapped up and tied up in all kinds of criminal behavior, criminal acts. Marvin. We have seen where the justice system have done so much good to the rich. So much good to the rich. You give them life imprisonment. Life. But Marvin. There's a man, Jeffrey, just the other day we spoke about it. How can you find the man had an illegal firearm in his house, in his ceiling, not tied to any murders, and you gave that man life imprisonment? And then there are other persons who have committed heinous crimes and get manslaughter and get some small little slap on the wrist. And then the DPP prior to this one with Daryl Filbert, no charge. With the policewoman who removed the locks of Nzinga King, the little girl, no charge. With what his name, Floyd Green, when they had no movement there, he and his friends, broke the law, and the DPP Paula Lewin again said no charge. And they're constantly saying no charge to these people. But to Jamaican, poor Jamaicans, we go to prison for life, for misdemeanors, for simple things. You know something, my friend? I keep on telling the Jamaican people on this program, you know, that the change that you seek in this country will never come from the two political diatribe of this country, you know. It has to come from other people. When Boris Johnson, the former Prime Minister of Great Britain, charged because he had big party at Darling Street or Darling Street to 10 Darling, what the bloody place name. He had also stepped down as Prime Minister. What is going on? You all realize that the former Prince of the United Kingdom, Prince Andrew, was arrested, and the arrest a former ambassador to the United States from London yesterday. How many of these bigwigs in Jamaica get locked up in our country? Hello, don't bring no Jack Smith to me now, because Jack Smith that happened long time. We must talk about now. How many of these criminals have been locked up in this country and sent to prison? Marissa Dalrymple Philibert is a common criminal, and she's sitting in the Parliament of Jamaica. We have criminals making laws in this country for the people of this country.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
And we sit down in this country and talk about we have PNP and JLP, and we now wake up in this country. Election call tomorrow morning, Andrew gone back in. Mark my word. If Andrew has called election tomorrow morning, gone back in. Because the Jamaican people sit in Jamaica and say, oh, nothing wrong with Jamaica. A friend of mine called me yesterday, a couple of days ago. I said, Jeffrey, have you seen the amount of people that came out for this walk-run situation that Sajiko put on? I said, yes, over 1 million. He said, how did I come up? I said, because nothing wrong with the country, only we don't want to promote. Nothing wrong with the country.
Yes.
So they come out and then yam and then drink and run and walk. And only we, the poor class of Jamaicans who live overseas, who is trying to make life better for ourselves and our people back home, only we seeing the problem. Because we're faced with a fundamental problem in this country. Go ahead, my friend.
Two things that you spoke of just now. Boris Johnson, former Prime Minister of the UK. Boris Johnson broke the law, the COVID laws that they had there as the Prime Minister. But you know something that we should take away from it? It's not just him pretty much being fired. It didn't just happen like that. The very ministers, the MPs, boycott the Parliament until him step down.
Not in Jamaica.
Okay?
That will never happen. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm going to say it again. The member of Parliament, the member of Parliament in England, boycott the part. I've been saying it for years. Why is it the opposition keep showing up at the darn Parliament? If you care so much about the Jamaican people and you are the voice of the people and you are very close up to the information, why is it Mark Golding and his people keep showing up at the darn Parliament and making it business as usual? We need people who means the country well, who are willing to say, listen, come hell or high water, I'm not going in that Parliament until they resign or go to prison. This investigation with Daryl Bass, it does nothing for me, because we thought even with the SSL saga, one of the biggest fraud investigation in Jamaica, we thought we would have seen some arrests and some stuff. Who did they arrest? Them arrest the little woman, Jean Pantan. We know that Jean Pantan is just a small sprat. She could not have signed off on certain things. She was just an employee, and now we're hearing that she was bribed. She was asked to take the fall. How did they arrest? Huh?
But not only that, Marvin. Continue what you're saying. Finish what you're going to say. Make her come in. Finish what you're going to say. Go ahead.
When they went just the other day to arrest those, the leader for SSL, he did not come out in handcuffs. They did not handcuff him.
Because
they did not handcuff them.
Because, Marvin, those are the people of the Vumvava and the Vumvavi. The Jamaica Constabulary Force was not made for the people of Jamaica. It was made up for the rich and the elite. Listen to me. The JCF was formed after the Morant Bay Rebellion. Okay? After the Morant Bay Rebellion. That's when the Jamaican Constabulary Force was formed. It was formed to oppress the poor people of this country. So red people like me and you, who some of them live up in Narbrook and Cherry Garden, these police officers will not put no bangle on their hand. They want people. They need people like me and you in the police force and Wilfred Rattigan. And when we grab them, we fling the cuff on and hold it tighter. Grab it tighter. No, man. And the JCF must tell the Jamaican people, how is it that a month after they tell us that they found how much gun and ammunition on one of the SSL owners' house?
Yes.
You hear nothing more about it. Listen to me.
Nothing.
This country is
nothing.
One of the most
corrupt. Again, as a matter of fact, make we tell the people and the truth. Those people got bail, station bail on a weekend. On a weekend. That has never. There's a young man right now, Jeffrey, in lockup. There's a young man right now named Brandon Fletcher.
Yes.
Only more you listen to this now. It's very important. There's a young man right now in lockup in Kingston named Brandon Fletcher, who was in Portland. Praise and worship him have. And there's a murder that happened in Pappy in Kingston. For those of you who don't understand the trajectory, let me tell you, it takes you 3 hours to drive from Portland to Pappy in Kingston. And that young man's name was called on a murder. He was never there. They went and arrested him and have him locked up. 2 weeks ago was the court. When they went to this, did not have any evidence. No evidence. Right. You know what the judge said, Jeffrey?
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey, are you there?
Yes, man, I hear you, man.
I think you're having some issues.
No, I think you're having issues. Me. Yes, no, you are having issues. You need to go back and come back in. Go out and come back in. Because a call came in and I think the call hit you out. Marvin? We're speaking to Marvin.
I'm not sure.
Yes, you're hearing me now?
Let me come out and come back in. I'm not sure.
Go out and come back in. Go out and come back in. I think that's what the issue is coming from your end. We're speaking to Marvin, one of Jamaica's outspoken person who continues to speak truth to power in this country. We have criminals making laws in this country for the people of this country. You have people of the Vumvavi can get station bail in a weekend. But Miss Mattie's son, Miss Mattie's grandson, get locked up. And he can't get bail in a weekend. But the police can't give those who are in authority, the people of the Vumvavan. What on earth is going on here? There you go. Marvin, you hear me now?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you. Sorry, I was talking, but I realized that you disappeared. I guess it's me.
Go ahead, man. You're talking about the young man with the puppy in issue. Go ahead.
Yes. So that young man's name is Brandon Fletcher, but he's one of many who is in lockup for things that he honestly did not do. I personally went to Portland and did my investigation of where he was the night. I drove from Manchester to Portland, over 3 hours drive, to go find out for myself if this young man really was there. I went with his mother, his sister, and his aunt. I spoke with his uncle, who is a pastor, who said at 11 o'clock in the night, the young man was in the couch, sleeping the night of the incident in Portland. And a bad man police send other police here and say, tell him, say the boss, send me for him.
Which boss
and
is
up until today, they have no, nobody can tell us who is the boss, because in the Africa you have the boss police. They put him at the boss, them call him the boss. All right? So this is what is happening. Yeah, man, I'll be a boss there. Don't worry yourself. Don't worry yourself. We're so sure who a boss or one a boss. Don't worry yourself. And would you believe it that the young man went to court? Now, this is a very serious matter. His name is Brandon Fletcher. 2 weeks ago was the court. When the young man went to court, the judge was asking for the evidence and the police said they don't have no evidence. The judge sent back the young man to jail and tell the police and make sure at the next appearance, the judge in Jamaica told them, lock up back the youth, send him back to jail. When you come next court, make sure you have the evidence. This is Jamaica.
Hold on there.
This is Jamaica.
Hold a minute there for me, Marvin. Did the young man went to court with a lawyer?
Boy, based on my communication with the family, they do have an attorney. I don't know what kind of attorneys are these. I don't know what kind of lawyers are these.
According to my good friend Warmington, how can a quashi lawyer then get?
Quashi, man.
Warmington they call when him again whatever his name for the PNP, a quashi lawyer. What kind of quashi lawyer they got?
Yes.
But I don't understand the judge. If there's no evidence.
It's a serious matter.
If there's no evidence, Marvin,
no.
How is it that the judge gonna remand him back in custody? I don't understand that.
You hear me say? People, I am telling you the name of the young man again, so that for whoever is out there listening, if they have the proof, they can talk it. The name of the young man is Brandon Fletcher. Brandon Fletcher. They have the young man, the same young man, they have his brother in lockup 3 years now. Jeffrey, no evidence in a lockup same way.
And the Jamaican people get up every 5 years. Run up and down. Round this country with these two diatribes. Huh?
It's the young man's brother. The young man's brother, Jeffrey, it was a rugby player. You know, in Jamaica, rugby is no popular sport.
No.
So when you find young men
yes.
going to, right?
Yes.
That's not a popular sport in Jamaica.
Exactly.
That young man is from Papine, the Fletchers. And there was a young man who went to prison a few times, called me on my phone and said, I know the family that you're talking about. Him said, the boy, them are not a bad man. Him said, true you talk. He said, me know them. He said, me a prison bud. He said, me tell them that you don't know nothing about badness. Him said, police then text said from the family, be true. They have the two brothers locked up. No evidence. Jeffrey, just imagine that you are locked up for 3 years with no evidence. None. And Jamaica still a keep. Jamaica is still keeping. And let me give you one before we come off of your program. A young man in Kingston pulled his firearm at a young lady's head after he ran his vehicle in the back of the young lady car. Yes. When the young lady came out of the car and asked the young man to come out of the vehicle, you know what the young man do? Jump out with him firearm, put it at the girl's head and squeeze the trigger 3 times. The magazine of the gun fell out. The young lady ran across the street to the bus stop out by Dewey Park for her life.
Jesus Christ in heaven.
And the people out there said to between Dewey Park and Washington Boulevard, right there, so the young lady, and up until today, the police from Dewey Park, I plan to go down there. I plan to come down there. I have some friends that works there. And I'm going to say this, the camera, which is the Jamaica Eye, it needs to start working because apparently we can't find the clip from the 2nd of September. 2nd of September.
Lie and telling.
2025.
Lie and
the day before election. Huh?
Lie they're telling lie but they can't find in the clip.
Oh, by the way, the reason I made mention of that yes. person is not in lockup because them said the jail full.
Hold on. What almighty God. All because he's driving an X6. And in Papa Mama come from Cherry Garden. And they have money.
I don't want to talk who the person is. But that person, you know what the person did the day the person checked himself into Ward 21. The day of the event. So while the young lady and her husband was at the station waiting to hear that he's arrested, them say him that in the hospital. She said, what you mean hospital? Him check himself into Ward 21. For those of you who don't know what is Ward 21, that's the insane ward, the ward for mentally disturbed people in Jamaica.
So the question tonight now, Marvin, how is it that the FLA gave him a firearm, give him a licensed firearm? What is going on in this country?
FLA played their part. FLA took the firearms from his house. The firearms were taken from his house.
But no,
FLA played their part.
But my question from day one, Marvin, is this. How is it that you can assign a firearm to an individual? You didn't do any background check on the person, the mentally sick person, but you give them a gun. Suppose the magazine never fall out. That young man dead.
Oh, Jeffrey, I could tell you what job that person does, and you'd be surprised to know I can't talk it by your program. All I want to say is that they're doing the park police and those, and then you have people. I call the young lady phone, want her to forget the case. Because I saw the bad man them working at Jamaica. But let me tell you this. You see that boy here? Me, Marvin, Adrian, Edgar, and a real public defender. And me go smoke out the whole of Uno out on us. Yeah, man. Every last one of Uno happy pay. Because now the young lady is scared. Because them have every information for her address, her workplace. And she said to me, she said, Marvin, she said, up until now, she has not fixed the back of the car. I have known her for 22 years. And as somebody when me know last week, I have not a year program and the first program me attack it pan. And them never know that me know, but me know. But watch me, because me know who the person is. And me know everybody who has been calling her phone. I mean, I know my phone on the call.
So hold on, Marvin. So hold on, Marvin. Is the person is a person a part of the political elite of this country?
No, but I don't want person.
Don't go down
Jeffrey,
that road.
I am going to say this again.
Don't go down that road.
I'm going to say this. There's a syndicate of criminals in this country. There's a syndicate of criminals in this country. When you have a police officer who's going to call you and say, listen, it's X police and Y police that is protecting this individual. You hear me tell you? When you have another police who thief, and you catch the police and then to have other high-ranking police, I try to buy out the case. When you have judges and lawyers who are easily minimizing charges that should get real years of sentence, but because it's my friend or because other person or me get a money, the entire system in Jamaica will and must be brought down. The Jamaican people have been getting no representation. And the idiots who are defending these people don't understand that Andrew Holness or Mark Golding not going to defend you. And they go home with 28 million to Andrew, 22 million to Mark Golding, 14 million to the other MPs. It's time for them the kind of money Jamaicans should have been receiving, the highest level of good governance, good representation. I am going to make myself available. I can't tell you that. And I know the wolves will come. Make a wolf then come because me a country boy. Me know how to deal with wolf. Me a real country boy from older. We know how to deal with wolf. Send them come. Or what? Me say on my phone if you call and send threat to my number. Because I have my people strategically placed across this country. Everyone on the have to go down and go to prison. You have to go to prison. We are tearing down the entire system. We want Renita Adams to come back. Are you pleased to give us Wilfred Rattigan. Wilfred Rattigan. We want men with integrity. Men who are not afraid to tear down the walls of Jericho. And them the people in the country want. People who cannot be bought or sold. Give me back Renita Adams and send Wilfred Rattigan. The two of them alone will show you how to run this. Yeah, man. Me never have a problem. And if I become president, I may never say prime minister because we're going to change it. President of Jamaica tomorrow, Marvin Edgar. Them the two man there, half in my cabinet. Me not ask Christ because I've seen their work. I believe in them. Especially Wilfred Rattigan is getting a fight from the Jamaican government because they understand that this man is not one who can be easily bought or sold.
Marvin, the two political parties don't want Wilfred Rattigan, you know.
No, that's not them. None of them are going to employ me. None of them. That's fine. And we know why. We know why. Why would you introduce somebody whose reputation is flawless, who understands credibility, who understands the word integrity? Them don't want nobody like that. Because when he comes, he will not be playing their game. Them not gonna play for them game. This evening when I went by Duane Park to pick up some plyboard and zinc to take to Westmoreland, big up yourself, Redman from over there. The entire community recognized me. And this is not a Marvin moment, but when I saw the hope, when the people look at me and shook my hand, some of them had goose pimples. This is a common assault across Jamaica. They say, you are our hope. They say, you, Jeffrey, me can't sit down here so and not defend the people them. I am not perfect, but I am perfect enough. I am perfect enough to stand up for justice and integrity and represent my people and give them good life. Good life. It's time for politicians in Jamaica to go to prison. As a matter of fact, we should reinstitute the death penalty. It should not be just a talk on the books because they deserve it.
Listen to me.
That is how brutal they've been to the system.
I heard a politician ask about bringing in back hanging. You remember Muta Baruch have a thing on his radio station that name Judge Dredd? Judge Dredd? That must get 100 years. Yeah, I can't find it, you know. He said, and he called the name. How you plea? No, you're guilty 100 years. What they need in this country is to resume hanging.
Yeah, man. Long time.
Resume hanging. And
but
some of these people who are making laws in this country are not fit to make any law. Just like how Jamaica's Minister of National Insecurity and No Peace, Dr. Harris Chang, is talking about Marvin. Talk to me. I have a phone call. I have to answer this phone call here.
Well, I don't even want to talk about Harris Chang. This man, when they come with their mouths filled with lies. Yeah, when you look in their constituencies, multiple security posts, soldier and police were, because you cannot curb crime and violence. If your way of curbing crime and violence is to have the police execute the whole nation, you have failed, and you have failed miserably.
Yes, let me finish what I want to say, Marvin. Dr. Harris Chang accused JFJ of blood money. Dr. Chang has no credibility to be speaking about blood money. Dr. Harris Chang, Jamaica's Deputy Prime Minister and Deputy Minister of Defense and Minister of National Security and No Peace, has no credibility to be talking about blood money with JFJ. None. Marvin, I know you gotta run, my friend, because I don't want to harm to you on the road. Your final word to the people of this country. Go ahead, sir. Your final word to the people.
Final word.
And your final word about this $1.4 billion school bus that is rocking this country. Scandal is rocking this country. Go ahead.
I can only play my part to my Jamaican people. We're planning a protest, a national protest, one that should be unprecedented. When the flyer comes out and asks you to stay home, we're asking nurses who are frustrated, doctors who are frustrated, citizens who are frustrated. We're asking taxi men, motorists who are tired of the bad roads. Yeah? Every single person in Jamaica, security guards who are overworked, underpaid, every single sphere of the working sector of persons who are affected, with teachers, every single person, students who are fed up. We're asking you to stay home. Stay home. What will that get us? If it is simple. If we can crash because I can tell you, 3 days alone of the entire country not going anywhere and doing anything will seriously crash this system. Just 3 days alone. They need to understand how important we are. Why are we doing that? Just to crash the system? No. We want to know who the illicit 12 are. We need Darrell Vaz to be removed. We need Christopher Tufton to be removed. We need Floyd Green to be removed. All the persons and offices that are complicit for illicit enrichment, who have been robbing the country of the money, every last one of them must be removed before the budget is read. We're asking the opposition. The opposition must help us.
Marvin, you're frozen.
We're on the opposition to stand with the Jamaican people. Whether or not they stand, we're asking the citizens to stand. But I'm putting it out there. We want to see good governance for the country. We want the government to open up the country to cryptocurrency. Give the Jamaican people the chance to the new financial system. Me, I push that. Because I know that is something that can save the economy. We're asking the government to remove the dirty taxes. It is barbaric. We're asking for the receipts for the monies that they received for Hurricane Melissa, that the people in West is yet to get. The people in West is yet to get.
I get to understand. Hold on, Marvin. I was on a Zoom meeting this evening. And I get to understand that Jamaica government received from Broward County alone, the Jamaicans who live in Broward County. I think, well, maybe, our Jamaicans who live in the United States, I think. Let me put it that way. $400,000 US dollars. That's 62 million Jamaican dollars for hurricane relief, Hurricane Melissa relief. You hear? The Jamaican government received from the Jamaican diaspora here in the United States 400. Matter of fact, the fundraising they had at the Hard Rock Cafe is 400,000 US dollars from South Florida alone. That's 62 million Jamaican dollars that they have received to help with the people. And yet Jamaicans are living out into the element of the night same way.
Yes.
And they received $62 million.
Yes.
Or something me here today.
I spoke to 3 pharmacists in Western Jamaica. They're from Westmoreland. 3 pharmacists. They were at the hotel that I'm currently staying. And they said to me that right now their houses are still completely demolished. There are people who are living by their neighbors and with their neighbors, for the ones who had slab roof. They're living with the people are tired and want back them space. And the government of Jamaica months later, still have the Jamaican people out there in the elements. Children, women, our men, our farmers are still out there. Still. It has to stop. We have to do something about it. And we need international help. I am not going to pretend like we in Jamaica. We need international help. We need international intervention. England, the UK, Marvin Edgar is asking King Charles to send investigators,
Marvin,
auditors.
hold on there for me, Marvin. My good friend, you must remember, you know, Jamaica is a sovereign country, you know. And a lot of people don't, hold on there. A lot of people believe that King Charles is in charge of the everyday affair in this country. He does not. The people of Jamaica must get up and call out that they need help. And the help that they need must come from within the country. The only way Jamaica can get any help from overseas, you know, unless the government of the day asks for it. And they will never ask for it. No other country come into a sovereign country to launch an investigation. It will never happen. So what we need to do is to ask the people to get up and demand a government of the people, for the people, and by the people, and a justice system. That is not one-sided.
Okay.
Marvin, I want to tell you thanks for coming on, my friend, because I know you have to run.
Jeffrey, thank you. Yeah, man, thank you. And thank you to all your viewers and listeners. Enough respect, enough love. All right? God bless you all. And pray for us as we fight against these evil bastards. Thank you.
God bless you too, my friend, and safe drive home.
Thank you. Good night and good night.
Yeah, man. May God cover you, my friend. All the best. There you have it. Marvin Edgar, who comes on the program here, who speaks truth to power. Opposition leader Mark Jefferson Golden, president of the People's National Party, has written to 3 of Jamaica's anti-corruption body, asking them to launch an investigation into the $1.4 billion used bus scandal that is rocking this country. 50 buses unaccountable for, $637 million unaccountable for. And this man saying need $2 billion more to go and buy new buses. $2 billion more of taxpayers' money. And this is what he said on Nationwide. This is what he has to say on Nationwide. Let's play this thing here. This is what he said.
Well, I have news from Mr. Golden this morning that my ministry and myself operate fully, openly, and transparently. And those agencies, specifically, well, I have news from Mr. Golden this morning that my ministry and myself operate fully, openly, and transparently. And those agencies, specifically the IC and the Auditor General, have already written to the ministry and are already receiving all the documentation that they have asked for, which is their right. Yes? So I have nothing to hide, neither does the ministry. What I do know is that the bosses continue to prey on their mind and their soul and their heart because they are so upset of the results of the election, as I said before, played a huge role by the introduction of the buses.
Just let me get you clear. Program. So you're saying that the Auditor General has asked for documents to conduct an audit of the procurement of the buses, correct?
George.
Yes.
Did you read the Sunday people? Did you read the Sunday Gleaner headline?
Yeah, man. But I'm asking you. You just said something, so I want to just get it clear.
But I don't need to tell you that because whoever it is that wrote already said partially the results of that
Yeah, but your portfolio minister, you remember, you know, you were the one who said it, you know, so I just want to distill it so my listeners can be
and
clear.
I have just I'm saying it again, of
Yes.
course.
You said that your ministry, Darrell Vaz, is transparent. How is it that you cannot come to the nation from last year and tell us, show us the invoices and the receipts of these buses? Jamaicans home and abroad, stop this politicking. Stop this politicking and demand accountability from these people. Stop this politicking. The Ministry of Defense was funded long time, my friend. I don't know why the Prime Minister wants to move the Ministry of Defense from under his portfolio. Every single Prime Minister since independent Jamaica have always been the Minister of Defense. I don't know why this Prime Minister decided to take it off of his hand and throw it to somebody else. Give it, a matter of fact, he's giving it to Rocky Mead, Ambassador of Plentiful. That's who's gonna get it, you know. Rocky Mead will get the Minister of Defense. And Rocky Mead is the Ambassador of Plentiful. This Prime Minister is setting a dangerous president, you know. A dangerous road he's walking. You people don't realize what's going on. Until now, Rocky Mead cannot come and tell the Jamaican people who ordered the Jamaica Defense Force in 2010 to go up to Keith Clark house. And the next day, he said Keith Clark dead. The state assassinated Jamaicans on its own soil. The same Rocky Mead had a program going at the JDF with some young men. And when the program finished, they never employed the young men. And the young men were sent back out into the society with JDF training. How many of those young men is out there right now creating mayhem in this country? And this Prime Minister wants to relieve himself of the Ministry of Defense and give it to Rocky Mead. Well, the Ministry of Defense, you know, was always run by the Minister of National Security, you know. So you see all the corruption going on there? Anyway, Jamaicans, we must continue fight the fight. Continue fight the fight. We must demand accountability in this country. We must demand accountability in this country. It is good that the opposition leader, very good, that the opposition leader, Mr. Mark Golding, has called for an investigation into this 1.4 billion school bus scandal that is rocking this country. It's very good that he does so. My fellow Jamaicans, as we leave the program tonight, let us remember the words of our national pledge. Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart. The wisdom and courage of my body, I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace. Let us continue to fight for this country. Because if we don't fight for this piece of rock, who will? I want to say good night to you all. Thanks for coming on. Thanks to all the students who continue making the Mek Wi Talk program great. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Like up this live feed. Because if you continue liking up, the algorithm is going to continue going that this program can go places. Thank you all very much. May God bless you. And may God bless our island home, Jamaica land we love. Before I go, let me give you the words before I go. It is today that our best work can be done, and not some future days or future years. And the sense of urgency is what we must have today, knowing as the saying goes, eternal virtue is the price of liberty. The price of liberty, my Jamaican people, is to seek the truth The price of liberty, my Jamaican people, is to stay alert, to seek the truth, and to actively participate in the fight of the soul of Jamaica's democracy. It is today that our best work can be done, and not some future days or future years. And the sense of urgency is what we must have today. Knowing, as the saying goes, eternal virtue is the price of liberty. The price of liberty, my Jamaican people, is to stay alert, to seek the truth, and to actively participate in the fight for the soul of Jamaica's democracy. May God bless you all, and may God bless our island home, Jamaica land we love. Continue to like, share, and subscribe to the Mek Wi Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Until you hear from me again, good night, everybody.
As children, we learn the true meaning of being a hero. Being a hero requires great sacrifice for others, not just ourselves. We learn about the heroes of Jamaica's past and how much of themselves and their lives they had to give in building a nation we should be proud to call home. They believed in a Jamaica that was more than just a country, more than just an island, more than land surrounded by water. They believed in a dream of a free nation of people, a nation built on the foundation of their sacrifices, a nation of many people working as one, a nation that would continue to produce legends and nation builders that serve towards that vision. As children, we were also taught the national pledge, a solemn promise, an undertaking. I would like to believe Sir Hugh Sherlock, while writing this pledge, understood the vision and dreams of our heroes. It's clear being a hero is too much to ever ask any one citizen. Luckily, the pledge does not require heroics of any of us. It merely asks that we honor our heroes by striving to advance our nation and ultimately inspire the world, like they and many Jamaicans have done. It's important we remember those words. These words. Before God and all mankind, I pledge love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body in service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. If you are like me, a Jamaican born and raised on this land, maybe you will remember saying those words, singing that song in a classroom or some general assembly. If so, like me, you made a pledge. Somehow it seems like many of us have forgotten that. The crime and violence, the indiscipline and short-sightedness, the corruption, the lack of respect for our beautiful lands we are blessed with, and the waters that surround and nurtures us. We have to do better. Let us honor our heroes so that they would not have sacrificed so much in vain. I hope this video can make a difference to even one soul. If so, it would all be worth it. If you feel the way I do, share it. May my voice become yours. Thanks for watching.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, Mek Wi Talk, my people, Mek Wi Talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Mek Wi Talk, people, Mek Wi Talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, Mek Wi Talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Mek Wi Talk.